Hi, I'm Rainer, and welcome to my train room. Today, I'm working on a project that, well, in some ways, I started it probably 25 years ago. So, the ACR used to have, they got them in the early 70s, a pile of these kind of bathtub shaped ore hoppers, ore cars. And they were these kind of curved sides on them, and they had a whole pile of them. And I remember long strings of these going by when I would stop at the tracks on the road we lived on when the ACR train went by. And they're rather distinctive, and as far as I know, no other railroad ever ran these cars. So they're kind of weird because they have these long chutes at the bottom for emptying them, and from what I understand, they were somewhat problematic in the winter because they would freeze up. But they're a very unique and distinctive looking car, and nobody makes a model of it, of course. So I remember when I lived in a previous location, had different layout, I decided that I would really like to have some of these cars. And back then, of course, 3D printers weren't a thing. And I remember trying to fashion one out of brass and tried to fashion one out of styrene and never got very far. I got kind of half a car built, and I don't even know where that is. And I also wanted more than one car, so I kind of played around with the idea if I could create a prototype and do some resin casting, but I really didn't know how to do that either. And then a few days ago, when I was actually waiting for some of the prints for my blast furnace for my steel mill to get printed, some of the prints took a few hours to print. I was looking on my computer at various things to deal with the steel mill with the ACR, and suddenly I remembered that, well, my previous project with these cars. And so I looked up all the photos I could online, and I forgot that I actually had this in a box. I just found this yesterday after I had done a whole pile of work, and I wish I had this earlier because this is actually a really good photo that I picked up somewhere along the line. My guess is maybe 20 years ago. I wish I would have had this photo the last few couple of days or remembered that I had this photo, because this photo actually shows a lot of detail that I couldn't see in the pictures that I saw of this car online. However, using the photos that I found online, I decided to get into Blender and create a design for this car. And I've gone through several versions of it. The first one was this version that I kind of printed out, very little detail, and just enough though with a couple of wooden pegs to stick it on trucks to see how it would run, see how it would look. And then I modified it, came up with this one. I tried to print some railings with the 3D printer. Standing up, these stanchions don't work very well on a filament printer. They're just very, very brittle. So scrap that idea. And then this was the next version I came up with, and I did a little bit of sanding on the outside to make it nice and smooth. And I did actually try sanding the one side of this one and priming it with some black primer, and it comes out nice and smooth. So I knew that that was going to work for a finish on it. So this one, I did more work on it. I've got some weights at the bottom to make it a little heavier, made some chutes at the bottom. I used some stainless steel wire to make railings and these rods down the side, and the ladders I made them out of wood with the stainless steel wire, the same way that I did on my pulpwood cars if you look at my earlier videos. And this one, I've got to cut some extra metal off the bottom, but I think it'll be a reasonable working model. So I did this one. The inside is very empty looking still. This, I added a little bit more detail to it. I also tried printing directly on the 3D printer, printing all of the end detail on it, and some of it worked, some of it didn't. So I've discovered that there are certain things like the air tank for the brakes. I printed those separately. The stand for the brake wheel, I printed it on this one directly, and that didn't really work very well. I've kind of got a system down. I've got these two are actually running cars. I've tested them on the layout. They run really well. They have wheels, they have couplers. I actually put the couplers and wheels on them before I put any details on them, because I just wanted to see if they would run, and then I put the extra detail. And this one, I didn't put the couplers or wheels on yet because, well, I found that it's easier to actually put all the details on before I do that part of it. So This one needs couplers and the wheels, and it's ready to go. This one was an overnight print that I added a little bit different detail, and I'm going to do away with the little wooden pieces of wood for the ladder, and I just actually printed the uprights right into here, and then I'll put the metal rungs on there. And I also added a little bit more correct detail for the bottom of the car, actually based on the photos that I had online for this one. So I think I will build this one as is. However, with the help of this photo that I found now, I'm going to go back to my computer, back into Blender, and correct some of the details for especially the non-brake end of the car, because I couldn't find good pictures online that clearly showed me what was happening down there. And I've now realized that this support, there's actually two of these angled supports and that they're at an angle on the end. So that's easy to correct or change in the file. So I'm going to do that. And there's also more detail that I can see down the side of this because it's a nice clear photo. And so I'm going to see what I can do about adding that extra detail down the side here, and see if I can kind of fix that part of it. I'm actually thinking that maybe that detail on this, because all of the photos that I found online were seemed to be showing the other side of the car, so I couldn't see that down this one side of the car it's actually a little bit different. There's a metal rod running down here that I haven't put on here. So I'm going to work on that and see if I can get this looking even more correct, and then we will see what the end result is, because I'm not going to show you all my design stuff on the computer while I'm doing it, because it's incredibly tedious and time consuming. But that's the plan. So I'm going to be going back to the drawing board, coming back, and I will show you what the end result is. So this is my progress at this point. I actually have, well, in addition to these 3 cars on the bench, I have 5 other cars that I've built in progress, each one, in my opinion, getting a little bit better. And this car was the result of me finding this photo, because I could tell at the end that there was these kind of V-shaped angled supports that I couldn't really see clearly in the other photos. And so I incorporated those into here, as well as this little vertical support in here. And this was the first photo I found that actually gave me a fairly clear view of the non-brake wheel end of the car. And I also found this extra little bar or rod that runs the full length down the side with various supports in this tube at the end. So I've incorporated that on the car on the side here as well. It's only on the one side of the car. So all the other photos that I had were basically from the other side of the car, and it didn't show that detail. However, on all of the cars I did up to this point, I wasn't happy with the railings, because with the 3D printer, there's a limit to how thin I can make these railings, and these are just too thick. And I'm going to leave this car as it is. However, what I've done is on these 2 cars, you can see I've done it a little differently, and they are glossy right now, but so was this one until I do the lettering and put the dull coat on it. So this gloss will go away, and it will end up with a matte, flat finish like that, and all of them will get weathered as well. So what I did on this one was I actually created the uprights out of little pieces of wood and glued them in. And when I printed these, I changed the print file a little bit to have notches to accept the pieces of wood going up. And then I've just used some thin stainless wire going across, glued to those, and then painted it. And so hopefully once I've got the dull coat on there, it will look a lot better. So these 2 cars are almost identical, other than on this one I've created somewhat of an interior in it to kind of direct things flowing out the chutes, whereas this one I've just left the bottom flat inside, because I've also created these extra filler pieces so I can put that in the car like this, and then I can create what looks like a load on it without actually having to fill the whole car up with something. So that's what I'm going to try. I've got a couple of cars that I'm going to do like that to make them look like they have loads in them. So I'll take that out for now. And like I said, the railings, I've got them with this thin bar at the top that looks a lot more like what is on these cars. on the actual prototypes. And down at the other end, I've got the brake wheel, I've got the ladder, and some of the brake lines and things like that. Just based on what I can see in the photos, I know they're not going to be completely correct, but just trying to do something based on the photos. Same thing with some of the detail down here for the chutes. I know I don't have it exactly correct right now. I've just been kind of working toward what I can try to manage to do with the printer and what works and what doesn't. And we'll, kind of hope for the best. Anyway, what I'm going to start doing on these right now is I am going to get the lettering onto the cars, and these water slide decals work better on a glossy surface. And these are actually things that I printed myself on some white decal paper. And so I will be putting those on there, and once that dries, I will be painting them with a matte, a flat finish to give the same finish as what these have. Once that has dried, I will be putting the trucks and wheels on these two cars and then weathering the whole batch that I have. So we'll see how this goes. And right now, just got to get the lettering on them. Then I got to get them finished up. So I got the cars all done and onto the layout. These are the last two cars I was working on. So I finished doing the lettering on them and then gave both sides of the car two coats of the matte clear finish just to take the shine off them and to seal all the decals in place. Once that had dried, I took all of the cars into the other room and did some weathering on them. And so I used a mixture of Tamiya dark iron and some Tamiya, I think it's some reddish brown or red brown. I like using the dark iron for weathering these types of things because it kind of takes away that intense black, adds a little bit kind of a gray to it, and makes it look like a kind of a dirty black car without making the thing look too gray. So I like the look it gives me. Mixing a little bit of brown in parts of it or spraying a little bit of brown on parts of the cars adds a little bit of rust to them. And I did each one of them just slightly differently so they don't all look the same. And they might look all the same on the camera, but when you see them in person, there are some variations in the amount of weathering from one car to the next. Anyway, they seem to run great. I know that they're not perfect. They're probably not prototypically accurate because I didn't have exact dimensions for doing them. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I wanted to do these because they're a car that I saw running a lot when I was watching, when I would see the ACR trains go by. They're a unique car. I haven't seen anybody else running a car like this. And as far as I know, nobody makes a model of it. So it was kind of fun to try to do something that's really kind of unique. And I intended to make, one or two, starting out with one or two. But as I got going and kept improving them, I ended up with 8 of them. Now, these two I think are the best. These two are not bad, other than the railings are a bit thick. The last 4, some of the details on the ends are not very close because, well, on the earlier photos that I was looking at, I couldn't see the positioning of some of the end braces, and so I got them wrong on these. These I've corrected as much as I could. These two, with how I did the railings, I think the railings look a lot more accurate to what they're supposed to look like. Again, just another little project that I decided to take on, using my 3D printer, this time creating some freight cars totally from scratch. And although they're not perfect, I'm happy with the result. Probably sometime down the road when I have more time, I will go back in and try to refine it a little bit more and maybe make a couple more of them. But the nice part is now I have this file. It's maybe about 2.5 hours of printing to print the various components to make one car, but it's not something I have to stand there and monitor the printer. It's just a matter of printing the files, and then I sand the sides of them because it is a filament printer. I just sand the sides of these cars to get a lot of the extra lines from the filament printer out to make them look smoother, and this is what I end up with. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Just another one of my crazy projects. Thanks for watching. See you next time.